Enemy tracking is a great skill to have and absolutely gives you an advantage over enemy. I have a clip from Even and he said, "I got shot from both sides, I was cowering in fear and stayed behind because I just didn't know what to do." Well, today I want to give you a beginner's example on what to do and how to track enemies by repeating this 1-minute clip, adding in more information as we go. This is a bronze to silver game, so everyone's positioning is going to be a bit off. So let's get first into it by checking who the enemies are. On the top right are the portraits of enemies who we know. First, we see Junkrat and Moira after going to the right. Then we see Tracer on the left, who's getting very up and person. Nice elimination. Now after getting another elimination on a Junkrat on the right side, we spot Mizuki on the point. After a little bit of walking, we finally spot Orisa and now we have the full team. Just knowing the enemies is already a great first step because it's a habit that will allow you to stack more information on top later. By itself, it won't do you much. Now before we go on the second round, I want to talk about Object Permanence. Babies have this thing where they somehow find it very funny when you play peekaboo with them. Just hiding your face behind your hands makes them lose you, and then a surprise of a different expression makes them laugh. There's also these toys with these boxes where you put the little shapes into the right hole. It's also entertaining for them, because to the baby, the shapes disappear when you put them in the correct hole. But obviously we know that if you put the shape into the box, the shape is just inside the box. Object Permanence is also important in Overwatch because it's very obvious that lower ranked players kinda just forget that an enemy is somewhere. So let's get a top view of the map with the enemy's last known position. So, boot it up again, second round. Junkrat and Moira have been spotted again on the opposite side of the point. A Tracer's on the left side, along with a Moira, who's at the door on the left. Junkrat has been spotted on the right side. Then after a little fight, he dies. Mizuki is back on the point. Tracer who's going to the left. Orisa, Tracer, and Moira show up and go for the kill. Although we got a bit more information, it's just not enough. We need to talk about your vision. More precisely, the distinction between the center vision and your peripheral vision. I'm talking about your physical eyes. Your monitor displays a bunch of things at the same time, not just what you're actively looking at. Can you see the subscribe button? You should probably tap that. Now your center vision is what allows you to see all the detail that you need. You recognize enemies, objects, and abilities very easily and quickly in the center. But your eyes receive way more light than just the little circle around the crosshair. For example, you're watching this video right now. Keep staring at the video while taking in the details of everything around your screen in real life. That's your peripheral vision. It's honestly a horrible vision and it's really hard to make anything out. Of course, you know where the objects are, but it's amazing at letting you know that there's something there. We can use this to our advantage in Overwatch by mentally zooming out and taking notice of things happening all around your screen, given that you don't have to actively focus on your crosshair. So let's go for a third round of our clip. Junkrat and Moira show up on the opposite side of the point. Here we can spot Junkrat taking the right side. Tracer shows up and Moira can be seen a second earlier than before. Peeking allows us to see Junkrat on the right side. And although we don't see it directly, the crosshair shows where the shots are coming in from because we're taking damage. That's coming from the door to the left from an unknown source. Mizuki is spotted on the death screen on the top right as he gets eliminated on our Sigma. Mizuki and Tracer are on the point while we are disabling the Junkrat trap. We can see Tracer going into the little room next to the point and Mizuki walks away to the left side of the map. Tracer is walking forward before blinking away to the left side of the map. Look closely and you can actually see the Moira healing. Orisa, Moira, and Tracer show up and take the kill. And as a little bonus, you can also see Mizuki on the right. This is great because now we know who the enemies are and where they kinda are. The last thing that we need to do is making use of your headphones. You absolutely need headphones for this game and you need to make sure you're keeping an open ear. It's a similar concept to your peripheral vision. So what you do is while you're gazing at something, you pay a bit more attention to what you're hearing. It's easy to hyperfocus, but I'm asking you to just sit back, relax, and take in all the information and make sense of it. This is where the true beauty of the game lies. Now let's get to the final round of this clip. If you're able to do this, you got the basics of enemy tracking down. You don't have to recognize all the sounds in the games. Some are simply more recognizable than others. You'll find that's how I approach this analysis as well, because some sounds are very similar to each other. You can hear a Junkrat shot and a Tracer blink. Then, we spot a Junkrat on a Moira on the opposite side of the point. Junkrat takes the right side of the map. While we're walking in a safe spot, we can hear Orisa shooting on the point. We hear footsteps on the left, which was Tracer's. We now know where she is 1 second earlier than without audio. Moira can also be heard using her suck. We hear Orisa and Junkrat shooting on the point, with footsteps coming in from the left. We get hit and hear that it's Orisa's gun shooting at us. Mizuki killed our tank. A sound can be heard and it's visible at the top right. Junkrat's footsteps can be heard on the right side of the map, and that's an easy kill. Mizuki and Tracer are on the point now, with Mizuki walking back and Tracer going forward. Mizuki walked to the left side of the map and Tracer is blinking to the left side of the map too. You can hear Moira healing, and the difference now is that you can hear Orisa's footstep a second earlier than the last time. Orisa then shows up with Tracer and Moira, who we already tracked as well. And they go for the kill. And don't forget the bonus Mizuki as well. And that's it for the beginner steps for tracking enemies. Know who your enemies are, track them on the map, use both your ears and eyes. I hope this helps with seeing the game how I see it, so subscribe for more Overwatch.